Hey guys, welcome back to Marsha Speaks. This is Marsha. I am sorry that I did not post this yesterday, but it's my birthday weekend and I had plans with my friends yesterday that lasted a little bit longer than I planned. However, let's get right into the video. This is for Charmed Season 2, Episode 2, and I kind of am liking the trajectory that the show is going. It's completely different now, for the most part, than the original Charmed. So um, I like that. I don't like the. I like that it's moving and it's changing, it's evolving. So the episode starts with a weird, like kind of sexually intense, sprinkled around scene of Harry and Macy, um, and then we come to find out it's her dream. Like it's the person that killed Harry, the not Harry, I guess you could say, um, like the fake Harry, trying to again figure out where Macy is. Because the only person at this point that knows that Macy, Maggie, and Mel are not dead is Macy. I'm sorry, is fake Harry. So don't and they're still cloaked, so he can't necessarily find her unless I'm assuming unless so one of them tells him where they are. So she wakes up, and of course she's still un- a little weirded. Not weirded out, but I guess she doesn't know how to process her feelings. So next time she sees Harry, it's very awkward. But they find out that the two witches from the last episode that were killed by those demons um, had a niece that was visiting, and the niece is missing. So they know that one of the demons must have the niece, and so that is their their fight, the big fight for the week, right? Is trying to figure out where the person is and um, rescuing her. But unfortunately, since Maggie and Mel still don't have powers, they essentially turned the power of three into A team and a B team fight teams. And I thought that was interesting, but I see the practicality of it because somebody has to stay behind and ensure that the home base is good. And more importantly, they don't have any powers, so they are pretty much left defenseless until they figure out how to use more of their witch side and less of their own inner powers. Um, because Mel didn't like the fact that she was part of the B team, which is understandable. Mel is the one that was more proactive about being rich throughout the whole series so far. So I can understand why she didn't like being part of the B team. But because she was proactive, in my opinion, the only one that was proactive and kind of prepared, or at least kind of trying to be prepared for this fight or this war that's coming. She kind of remembers some spells off the top of her head. And because of that, she went to go look for um, like ingredients to make a cloaking spell. Um, and that I found it, this season, I'm actually liking Mel more. The person that's getting my nerve this season is Maggie. And it's understandable because she's the youngest of the sisters, and she just does it. And she's the most emotionally connected and attached to feelings and emotions. But at the same time, girl, you gotta use your logic. And the reason why I'm saying this is because um, Maggie found out that people back home think they're dead. There was a fire. That's how I guess the house was able to portal with them. The house pretended, or didn't pretend, like the house made it seem like there was a fire and everybody inside burned and died. I'm assuming that's also what that was part of the protocol that the elders did if there are like certain like structures involved as well, because they said that the house is attached to them forever now, and where you go it goes. So that also solves the issue of if they wanted to live separate lives, will the house split in three or like copy itself three times and go with each sister. That way when they need the power of three, they just go to the home base and they'll be fine because they'll still be technically living with each other, you know? So that would be kind of, I think that was a sub solution that they used to cover a plot hole if they wanted to live separate lives later on in the future. Because we have seen in the original Charmed, when they tried to live separate lives, it didn't work. It was nearly impossible because you needed to go back to home base when a major fight or major demon was coming up. And every week there was a demon, you know? So it was impractical to live outside of the house, outside of the manor. But with this plot change, they can go outside of the manor and still be able to be in the manor. It's like one foot in each house in each world. So that'll be kind of cool. But yeah, so Maggie finds out that people back home think they're dead because they died in a fire, and then she finds out the father that she knew as her father, her and no, sorry, her and Mel's father are is dead, and Mel doesn't seem to care, and Macy is like distraught over it. And Mel's like, "What are you? Why do you have these emotions? He wasn't that great of a father. Why are you sad or upset that he's dead? Like it doesn't make sense." And Mel's like, "That's my yeah." Maggie, there's so many M's. Maggie said that it's at the end of the day, he is my father. I was the father that I know of, and we should at least say a proper goodbye. But you can't because the whole point of the protocol is to ensure that everybody thinks you're dead. And you can't go just in case the demon assassin, who we know as Fake Harry, comes up and tries to kill you, and you have no powers. Like it doesn't make sense. And this is why I think that the first spell that Mel concocted was a cloaking spell, so that it would let Macy it would let Maggie go to the funeral without endangering anybody. But sorry, Maggie did that before she can get the spell finished. So while Mel was getting the ingredients, she got caught by Katrina, who's the owner of the witch herbal shop, and they're having their own thing about like, oh, I know you think that what I do is fake and it's nonsense, but I'm gonna let you have this because I see that you're a troubled soul, which is kind of interesting. I'm wondering if they're gonna try to put them together. And then while all that is happening, Maggie goes meet Jordan, which is the first aid dude. I'm finally getting the names, y'all. Is the first aid dude who is so annoying from last episode, and he was like, she kind of went on like a verbal rant about like how people treat her like a child, and she's not a child. But like, people won't treat you like a child if you don't act like a child. That decision that you made to go and say goodbye to your father, which I understand that's what you wanted to do, but not doing without proper precautions to the situation that you're in is a child's behavior. It's a child's choice. So if you want to be treated like a child, don't act like a child. It's that simple. So she decides that she's an adult, she's grown, she knows what she's doing. So she went to the father's funeral without even backup. Like, if that's not a child's choice, I don't know what is. And when Mel comes back saying like, "Oh my gosh, I got all the ingredients. I made an apple disappear because she tested it out on an apple, and the apple became invisible. It was cloaked." She's like, "Oh," and then she didn't say anything else because she realized that Maggie is not there. So now she goes and runs after Maggie. We won't finish all Maggie and Mel stuff because they interact later with Macy and Harry. But from there, Maggie is like looking at the funeral and realizing that it is really not that much people at her father's funeral. And she sees Harry, Fake Harry. And Fake Harry is like trying to get her to trust him and trying to get her to bring him back to wherever they are. Because again, Fake Harry doesn't know where they are because their auras are stripped. And Fake Harry, but Maggie, I really don't know why I don't know her name. Maggie is not buying it. She knows that there's something wrong. This is not the real Harry. This is not the Harry that I trust, the Harry that I love. And I think that's mostly because of her interactions with Harry from season 1. She knows who the Harry is, and her own powers, which is, thank you for correcting me last season, is I mean, like last episode, is not premonition, it's emotions. So she'll know out of everybody, I think, fastest who it would be the fake Harry and who is the real Harry. And but so from there, fake Harry tries to attack her, but Mel is cloaked and it hits him with a shovel, and he goes down. That gave him just enough time to get back in the portal and leave. Fake Harry was smart. He 9 times out of 10 was probably staking the funeral out, knowing that if anybody, Maggie would be coming, and that's a smart move. And when they get back to headquarters, Mel is ripping her a new one, saying that what you're doing is dumb. It was a poor decision. This, time, and the third, which is what she was supposed to do. And again, trying to understand like why you would even want to go there because he wasn't that great of a father. And he was talking about how like the father gave her some type of trinket, and when they were supposed to go to the ballet, and he didn't show up, and that was like that shows that at some point in time he cared, which is not true because we later find out that that trinket never even came from the father. It came from the mother. Well, the mother lied and said that she went away on business, and Mel gave Maggie the trinket to make her feel better. Overall, the father was garbage. And then what else? Mel, yeah, I think that was it. I think that was the only thing that I feel like I'm missing one key piece between the Mel and Maggie storyline, and I can't for the life of me remember what it is. Mel and Maggie came back. They were freaked out that Harry, like the fake Harry, like the assassin, like how he looks just like him. Oh, Maggie was confused why there was nobody at her father's funeral, and Mel was explaining because the father kept on pushing away everybody that wanted to be close to him. So in the end, when he died, there wouldn't have been anybody that really wanted to go to his funeral anyways. So that was kind of sad, but that's also very true. So then from there, when they realized that the assassin is the fake Harry, I think they put two and two together fairly quickly, I'm hoping. They realized that Macy is in trouble because they don't know if the Harry that left Macy is the real Harry, so now they're trying to go back to wherever Macy and them went. I know they explained in the episode like how it was that specific club because it's a club of demons. That's where they think the person went. The niece was taken, but they didn't, and that it has something to do with like a specific symbol, but I don't remember like what exact location it was in. But that's neither here nor there. On the ride to the club, Macy and Harry are like really awkward because Macy's uncomfortable from her dream. And at some point, Macy, like they talk about the awkwardness, and Macy says it's because of her dream. She saw somebody that looked like him but wasn't him. And he was very alluring and seductive type of thing because it was very, girl, the tension. I see what y'all trying to do. Okay. And from that was when Harry, because from the last episode, Harry knew that the demon assassin was him, like looks like him, but he never told anybody. So in this episode, he finally tells Macy that the person that killed him looked exactly like him. And maybe it was like some type of shapeshifter or something like that. Because we're not into this like soap opera nonsense about like they're twins and da, 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 da. I hope we don't go there. And that's so at this point, everybody knows about fake Harry. Macy and Harry knew about fake Harry before Mel and Maggie did, but by the end of this episode, everybody knows the assassin is fake Harry. When they drive over to the club, they realize that the way they look, they can't camouflage with the group when they try to get the girl because they don't look or just like demons would. So Macy does some type of spell and they change their outfits. They look more, bad boy-ish, and they go into line. When they get in the line, because it's a club, they notice that people are testing the demons to see if there's like demon blood. That means Harry can't get in because he's not a demon. Mel, no, I'm gonna say Mel. Macy can because she's part demon. But I found that interesting because in the episode, like not in the episode, when they get in the club, because Macy went in by herself, um, they like put a bracelet on her to stop her powers. But when they're in the club, um, not everybody was wearing bracelets, so you could have gotten in if you weren't a demon. I guess you just had to be loyal to a demon or whatever. But I'm pretty sure Harry still would have failed the test. And the reason why Harry couldn't just orb in because since he sucked that demon blood, it's been making his powers wonky. So he can't teleport the way he or orb the way he can, like the way he used to. So yeah, so when Macy gets in there, they notice that all the demons, like from all the different types of demons, are coming together. And apparently, the demons have a prophecy too, in that there's going to be an overlord that will unite them and make them stronger in their fight against the witches. Which, if I were a demon, I would find that comforting. But as someone who's not part of that team, that is not comforting at all. And so the way they were going to like unite everybody, because on one demon's like, oh, I don't know who this overlord is. It could be a trap, it could be a lie, blah blah. They left. Like his people left. Like I'm not gonna be a part of this. But everybody else stayed, and they were gonna kill the witch, the niece, who was on a pyre. I forgot what they call it. The way they used to kill witches in Salem witch trials and stuff like that. She was on that, and Macy is trying to distract them and stop them from killing her. But of course, if you're a demon, why would you want to stop them? So that made her suspicious. And of course, she doesn't have her powers right now because the bracelet is stopping her from using her powers. And the only way she did it was try to distract them because nobody knows who the overlord is or what he looks like. The person that was like facilitating the meeting, I guess you can say, is not the overlord. And so she said that I'm the overlord. And they're like, okay, if you are, prove it. And that's when Mel and Maggie come in, cloaked, invisible, and start like moving stuff around, whacking things, distracting all the demons. And that gave Macy enough time to get the niece off of the pyre. I'm pretty sure that's not the word, but we're gonna call it that. And but the cloak only lasts so long because she didn't have enough ingredients, I guess, to make it last longer. So they start flickering, and that's when they notice that they're witches. But they have enough time to run away and get out of there. And that's pretty much how the episode ends. The episode ends with them back on headquarters. They never really tell you what happened with the niece. They just know that wherever they put the niece is safe now. Well, clearly the niece can't go back home. Like that just means that they're gonna kill her off. They're just gonna wait for her when she gets home. So I'm guessing they're gonna put the niece to another witness protection program type of thing, put her somewhere else. And well, the niece went through the portal, so her powers are gonna be cloaked as well. So whatever. Essentially, the niece is safe, and they're back in headquarters. Maggie is, it's not Maggie either, Lord, fix it. Macy is she's on a blackboard and writing down the names of all the witches that died that they couldn't save. And Harry comes in and says that you also, and writes the name of the niece. Like you also need to remember of the names of the witches you did save, because then if you focus on the ones you didn't save, basically you could be overwhelmed. They talk about how Macy knew that it was a real Harry just based on touch and feeling, and how like they need to create a code word for like the group so that they know that this is the real Harry and not the fake Harry. But Macy says that all I need to do is look at your eyes and I'll know. And I'm like, okay, y'all, like I know we're trying to get them to go to like Piper and Leo level, but like everything you guys are doing in the season, y'all going too fast. Like calm down a little bit, slow it down a little bit. We get it. The end goal for them is for them to be a couple. You don't need to go that fast. Slow down. It's okay. Like, oh my gosh, I get it, but at the same time, you only did a little sprinkling of there possibly being a relationship at that tail end of last season, not even throughout last season, at the tail end of last season, and in this beginning of this season, y'all going like really quick with it. Like it's not realistic. So that's how the episode ends essentially. And then Mel and Maggie talking about how they're the B team, and Mel saying that she's not a B team, she's a B plus A minus team. And I'm like, okay, girl. It was really cute. Um, they end the episode with that. I think. Let me double check my notes real quick. I'm pretty sure that's how they ended the episode. Yes. Oh, the Overlord. They haven't really like. He's a big mystery. Like they don't know who exactly the Overlord is. Um, I get how the writers are making us think that the demon assassin is the Overlord, but I don't believe that. I think it's a misdirect. I think the demon assassin is the one of the Overlord's henchmen, because I don't see how you being an Overlord who nobody knows what you look like, even the demons don't know what you look like, would go and do grunt work about like killing the charmed ones. Don't get me wrong, like that is a big bad that would try to go and do that. More sister bonding stuff with Maggie, not sorry, Maggie, Mel and Macy, because last season we knew that their relationship was the weakest, and I kind of hope that throughout the season they make their relationship one of the stronger ones, because you've essentially turned Mel and Maggie into B team, the Power Three, but they're like the B team of Power Three, but like that can't last forever, right? I did see the trailer for next episode, and they're gonna try to get their powers back. Hi. I'm almost done with the video though. Sorry. They're going to. I did see the trailer for the next episode. They're going to get their. They're going to try to get their powers back, and hopefully they do. I want to see Mel and Macy work on the relationship, be the stronger parts of the relationship, because last season, like I said before, they were the weakest bond, and I want them to work on their bond. And this season is not. You don't really see them interact in by themselves as much, so I kind of want them to do that. And the way they have the switchboard with like the different colors and what they meant, I kind of I kind of want them to have more colors. And in the sense that, yes, blue means that everybody's okay, red means danger, or the way they made it seem before, like red means death. But in this case, the niece was flickering red, I think. Was she flickering red? I don't think so. I don't remember her coming up on the switchboard. So red means still means death. And but on the switchboard, I don't remember, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember if the niece came up on the switchboard in this episode. And that's a problem, because if not, they should have a yellow color code saying that the witches are in grave danger, so that they have time to be able to help them, right? Because I don't remember seeing the niece pop up on the switchboard, even though she was getting kidnapped by demons. Like, is that not an issue? Maybe they can work on like updating the switchboard in that sense, because it when the elders were using the switchboard, it makes sense not to have a yellow code. Yeah, red means which is in danger, but the niece didn't pop up on the board. So was she not in danger? She was still in danger. I don't remember the niece popping up on it, but I can see when the elders were using the switchboard why they wouldn't do that, because that's what the white lighters were for. But since there is no white lighters, the switchboard needs to be updated to accommodate for that fact. Technically, there's only one white lighter left, and that's Harry, and he's not even a real. Well, he's a real white lighter, but he's not. He wasn't connected with the elders anymore. So that's, and I think a lot of the demons killed off the white lighters, right? Or did they die because the elders were dead? They didn't really explain like which way the episode, like which way the series was gonna make the explanation as to why all the white lighters are dead. One part said that they died because their connection with the elders, and since all the elders are dead, they're dead. But and the reason why Harry's alive is because his connection with the elders was already severed. But I can see the demons. If you have an overlord, I can see the demons attacking the white lighters to make sure that the witches are more vulnerable. So I don't know which way it was, but yeah, that needs to be updated. Um, I'm hoping they do get their powers. I'm still a little pissed that they destroyed the Book of Shadows, because the Book of Shadows has been a staple piece of the original, and it's been an important heirloom in their family. So like, and the way that they destroyed the thing, it was like, oh, it's just a regular book. Like that's not okay. So I'm hoping they can redo it. Wait 1 second. Yeah, so that's the explanation they use. They use the first one, which I guess, which kind of is a little creepy, but that makes sense too. Hopefully, they can recreate the Book of Shadows in some way. Just because I kind of miss seeing the Book of Shadows, but I can see comparing this series to the original series. The witches in the original series were overly attached to the book. Like they never really memorized the spells and stuff like that. Whenever there was an issue, they just ran to a book. And in this series, it's kind of making them become more reliant on other things and not just the book, because they don't have the book anymore. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, they have to learn witchcraft from scratch, and that is kind of cool, I guess. But I think that it's cool that yes, you have to like learn your roots all over again and rebuild the foundation. That is cool, but it's not so cool in the sense that there's an impending war against the demons, and they're being extremely underdog like, right? Because they don't have any real resources. And all the resources that they do have in the headquarters, they don't really know how to use it, or they don't really know what it's for. So that's even more stuff that they have to learn. It's gonna be a huge learning curve for them. I think the only way that it would work, like learning from scratch and still being able to prepare for the impending war, is that we see that they split the power three, the team, into two teams. One is A team, one is B team. A team continue fighting the demons head on, and while B team uses this free time to relearn all the witchcraft stuff. So you see the blue lights on the stuff. That means they're all witches. Those are all resources that you can use. So you just hit one of them. You don't even have to tell them that you're a charmed one. Just ask them, I'm also a witch. This my resource burned. Can you help us recreate the stuff? Yes, because yes, they still can cast spells and create potions just like the original charm. That is true. Apocalypse. Nice name, by the way. But that would work. I want them to use that time. Well, Mel and Maggie to use that time, or whoever is part of B team that week, to go to the different witches and gain more knowledge so that they can recreate the Book of Shadow. Or even make the Book of Shadow stronger, because there are certain things that some of these witches know that you don't, that was never even in the Book of Shadows. So that would be kind of cool. I think that's it. I'm hoping that they kind of slow down a little bit on the Harry and um, Macy love connection thing. Like I get it, you guys are supposed to be end goals, but don't do it so fast, because then it's gonna seem very fake and forced. The chemistry's pretty good though, and this season. Um, Jordan and Maggie, I think that that's what they're trying to get at, like making Jordan and Maggie an item. Um, I don't like it because I think Jordan is a little annoying in the way that he was treating her last episode, but maybe he can grow on me. And then Katrina and Matt and Macy. No, no. Katrina and Mel. They, I think, are going to be an item too. I think there's a little bit more to Katrina than they're letting on. Um, I'm hoping that she has stronger powers than they already did, like that than they're showing right now. So yeah, I kind of want to see how each storyline evolves and grows. And we're only in episode 2, so we have like what, 20 something, 30 something more episodes to go. So it's all about being patient. Do you guys have anything else? I think that's it, right? I'm gonna end the video like pretty soon, like a couple seconds. But I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Like I said in the community tab, even though Charmed is on Friday night, Sabbath starts Friday night. So I'm not gonna make any videos until either Saturday night or Sunday morning at the latest. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but My birthday was this week, so it lasted a little bit longer than I expected. But most of the lives are going to be Saturday night, maybe around like 7, 8 o'clock. That's what I'm gunning for. Thanks. But that's what the itinerary is gonna be. If you have any other videos or shows you want me to review or just talk about, that I'm gonna do it. But I kind of need to see how the episode goes to see if I even like the show. But yeah. Random question: if you guys watch Titans on the DC app, is it out? Because I feel like it's out, and if it is out, I'm a major episodes behind, and that would be very sad because I've been waiting for this show to happen, but I haven't been on social media like that this this season. So does anybody know it's out? Does anyone even watch it? What do you guys watch? Oh, nobody's responding. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end the video now. Have a great weekend, guys.